all society members this time because they didn't do it last time, and society members were not notified, which is really freaking annoying. Mm-mm-mm. Let's see how long. Been on. One person looks like that has joined so far. Hi, Yana Bean. I waiting on other people to come in. See if they join the live today. YouTube has not been notifying people, which I've gotten a comment or two about that. So we'll see. We'll see. How you doing? What you doing, bestie? So funny. I'm currently on my Tabliana right now. Did you know that I freaking I opened up I know I'm always starting the next business. Of course, you're always reading, of course. And you know me, always starting up a new business that I can't finish. But this time I'm sticking to it. This time I'm sticking to it. I promise you I'm sticking to you this time. Because this time I'm on Etsy now, which is a lot easier for me to afford, which I'm very, very happy about. So I'm gonna be putting some of the designs that was on Thick Licious because that's on Shopify right now. I'm gonna be putting that on Etsy. So hold on. I want to show a little bit more people when they slide on in. I got a couple things to talk about today. It's gonna be so fun. I don't know how long I'm gonna be on. Probably like maybe like an hour or two, but we'll see. I didn't see a notification from our guy off of TikTok either, so we gonna be seeing that. And what you reading anyway? I'm trying to get myself back into my what am I trying to say? Webtoons and stuff. Webtoons and such. See if they'll notify anybody else. AL3? Is that an app or a website? I thought all this time I'm surprised you don't got a Kindle. Does YouTube let me know who's joined unless y'all chat? I don't know. It only just. Oh wait, does it tell me? No. Oh, not green screen. Y'all, this is my first time doing this. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Hello for all my people who just joined. I'm wondering if I'm buffering because I'm talking, but I don't know. I feel like the message is coming in late. We got 6 people on here. Hey y'all. What's up, my guy? Yeah, you should have a kiddo at this point. What's up? What's up? What's up? I got a few things to talk to y'all about today. It's gonna be fun. Like I literally just got down. I just got home actually after dropping off some food to some people because I had made some soul food and I had posted it. I don't got no Instagram on my tablet though. You know what? I respect it. We love Kendrick. Nasa, how you say your name? Nelse? Nelse? Is that how you say your name? Espana? For real, like when they be bumping music, that stuff be stunning me sometimes. I'll be sitting there like, what? This, hey, quick, hello, hi, bestie kids. Both my besties are on here. They do be loud as a mug. I ain't gonna hold you, cause I be like, they be stopping me in my tracks because I'm just like, you know, like when you just sitting and you chilling and you just don't be expecting it to like throw you off like that. But I think my ADHD just get like hyper fixated on what the hell was that noise? Like I'm like a deer in headlights when something loud going on. Like I just get stuck on stupid for real. Say Anna a Bic. What does that mean? Hey, King of Ducks. Period. Quackity quack. We love it. Dude, why was I on freaking TikTok yesterday? I was on TikTok yesterday. What was I doing over there? What was I doing over there? Like, I don't understand why I keep posting on there or why I keep going on there. Like, I feel like every single like person, like every single influencer person, like social media person, has their app. And like, I feel like people who are TikTok people won't really be YouTube people. You know what I'm saying? And YouTube people won't ever be like TikTok people. At least that's how I feel. Because people on TikTok who do really well on TikTok, they be like, I come on YouTube and I don't get no love or whatever. And I'm just like, baby, on YouTube, that's my jam. That's my party. We be having a good time over there. Oh, not Pinterest. I'm on Pinterest and everything. I'm literally working on, I'm really not really working on it. I'm just looking at it because I literally just uploaded new stuff already. But y'all want to see my Etsy shop? Well, only people on here are my besties right now anyway, so it don't really matter. Hold on. Where is it? I'm gonna stick with it this time because Etsy is way more affordable than Shopify. Shopify be expensive as hell, and like if you're not making no money in, well, you wrapped up. You know, hold on. Y'all see that? I'm backwards. I'm backwards. Hold on. Let me flip the camera around. Oh, I gotta unplug it first. Hey, hey, hey! I'm showing my Etsy shop. Wait, can y'all see that? Oh damn, it's freaking blurry. Okay, so I would make it cute little designs if it would focus. That would like make me so happy. Like right now, I'd be like so happy right now if it would focus. Why? I'm sorry, y'all. It won't focus. I don't know why. Maybe I gotta click on something to get it to do it. I don't know. But there's like some of my little designs and stuff. My favorites though are the ADHD ones that I made. Like I had made this one. I don't know if y'all can see that, but is he gonna show it or are you gonna be blurred the whole time? Gosh dang it! It says that you have object permanence. My heart has object permanence for you. I mean that, and I was gonna be putting like definitions and stuff of what that means on the back. Y'all just gonna have to find it on Etsy because it's called the One for Workshop on Etsy. So that's one of my favorites. And I got this like my dopamine hit, which is little brain. There we go. You can kind of see it, I guess, a little bit. But yeah. So I've been working on that for like Valentine's Day and stuff. I had heard this on like TikTok or something, and I thought that shit was so funny. So I literally put it on a hoodie. I was like, I may as well just make a design for it and put it on a hoodie. I don't know if y'all can see that, but it says "Hear me out," and then on the back it says "Put the liquor in the chicken stove." I love. So yeah. Oh no. So yeah, that's what I've been doing this whole time. Just kind of just looking at that. But what y'all do today? Ooh, what y'all do today? I was sitting in the house last night. I had made my soul food and everything. I don't know why I made that last night because I was tired as a big hoe. But something convinced me to get up and make that work. I feel that. I feel that. I feel that. Hey everybody who's joining in and out. Working again, man. You doing your Animal Crossing? I haven't seen people with Animal Crossing lives. I think my Google is listening to me. Or whatever, because I talk about Animal Crossing one time, I mention it one time, and next thing you know, I'm getting 1,001 lives of Animal Crossing, and I'd be like, Bessie, there's a wrench next to your name, and I'm wondering if that's because you're a moderator. Yeah, I think that's the reason why, because y'all don't got one next to her name. So, but yeah, so literally, why did I want to? I don't know if y'all heard about Hillman TikTok, but like the Hillman TikTok now, like there's a whole Black university on TikTok that Black professors, since Trump is pulling back DEI and stuff, like a whole bunch of Black professors have gone up there and started talking about it, and like they made this whole curriculum that's top. I'm talking about it's like probably 400 courses, like 400 courses of like finance, maintenance, property management, law. Like it's literally all over TikTok. Like it is this big, huge thing that a whole bunch of Black professors and creators that came out with. And like, tell you why, like the Hispanic people and the white people's mad that we didn't invite them. Boogie Butt, you can make it yourself. You can make one yourself. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's weird times. Weird times we're living in. And then there's all these plane crashes going on too. Like, Trump, what is you doing? Because Trump just fired like literally all, like the safety committee for like aircrafts and stuff. He fired all the safety committee. He fired the people who was in charge of like coordinating the planes movements and all that stuff. All the people who's supposed to tell people, kind of like a, think about like a crossing guard of the sky. He just fired them. And in that short period of time, we've already had what, two, almost three plane crashes now. I just saw a video where like a plane dropped out the sky and then regained its flight. One jet crashed in Philadelphia, and then that other plane, that those planes that crashed into each other. Ever since he did that, he got inaugurated on the 19th. How many days that is? 31 days in, so 12, like what, 13, 14 days it's been? Hasn't even been a month. And look what he's done. 12. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. I'm just like, what are we talking about? What are we doing? Weird, weird, weird. Weird times we're living in. So I mean, I'm sitting there quietly. And then I had saw another video too where there was this black girl was responding to these like other more Hispanic and white people getting mad because they're saying, black people, where are y'all? Where are y'all when it's going down to the deportation? Where are y'all when we're talking about the deportation? I don't see no videos. I don't see no advocacy. Sweetheart, are you new? We're not getting involved in that. We're not getting involved in that. I'm sorry. You're gonna have to go ahead and fight the power. Okay, y'all gonna have to go ahead and figure that out because y'all put him in there. We told y'all. We told y'all. And y'all was too busy over here talking about Sleepy Joe. And then we got the best candidate we could ever get. The best candidate we could ever get. And y'all somehow, some way managed to fuck it up. And now y'all want us to get involved? No. She was the very first ever presidential candidate that we have that has been in all three branches of government. Impeccable record. Smart. For her age, relatively young. She's around her 50s or 60s. Competent. Intelligent. Been in all three branches of government. Like, I personally don't understand. I don't get it myself. Maybe y'all can explain it to me because I don't know what happened. Genuinely, I don't know what was going on. I sat in that line for like almost 2 hours waiting to vote. And it's funny that some people sat in the same line and they did not. I don't know. And then a lot of them studying for it after the test was already out. Like, how you gonna study after you already took the test? Yeah. It's rough. It's a rough one. It's definitely a rough one. It's crazy. Yesterday when I was on, what time did I come on yesterday? Maybe like around like 10 or something like that. It was a couple of new people that came in when I first came on here. So I'm gonna keep going live because I like going live. When I don't have nothing else to post, I'm gonna go live because why not? May as well. I'm not doing much of anything. Hey. Does YouTube show you? I don't think they do unless you comment. That's one thing I don't like, I guess. What's this mean? What's this mean? Share that. What is this? Yeah. But I had literally went to go see who I was to go see? I went to go see Keena and then I was to go see my god sister. Y'all, why did Keena walk out in I don't know what, I think she was wearing like a muumuu or something. I was like, girl, I was looking at her like, girl, you do know what that means, right? Watch it with the muumuus. That's how you get you. She was in something, girl. I loved it. I was like, that's so cute. I wanted to get the pink and like white one I've been seeing a couple of muumuus because they look comfortable. But at the same time, I don't really wear like really big clothes, so I don't know. We can have to see. Hey. People who are coming into the chat or coming into the live. Even though YouTube won't tell me who's in the live, which is weird because on TikTok it does. TikTok lets you know who's in the live, like who's joined. And so I don't know. So if you wanted me to say hey, you're gonna have to say hey first because I don't see anybody or anyone. It's crazy times we're living in. Hey, Invasion Animation, period. Hey. Yeah, YouTube is not, I don't know. It's weird. I was thinking that YouTube would show me like who's in the live, but it's not. So I'm not really sure. Yeah. What content are y'all ready to see for the year? Like what videos y'all kind of want me to kind of float towards and go around? Like I know that I'm gonna be posting like a whole bunch of ADHD stuff, but like is there any like videos that y'all are really more specific about? Like do y'all want more like education videos? Do y'all want just more funny videos? I'm gonna be doing all, but I still wanna make sure that it's a mixture. A mixture of everything. Because I want to make sure I'm posting good stuff. I have a video that I actually just edited that I filmed that I'm going to be posting. I don't know exactly when I'm going to post it, but you guys are going to be seeing that. And I think it's funny. I love it. Make sure, oh my God, I almost forgot. Make sure if y'all don't see me posting like long videos, like long form videos, check the shorts. Check the shorts. I'm trying to get as well. I don't know, but I'm watching it. Love you so much. Bestie, you are the absolute best. Love you to death, okay? But like on YouTube, I'm trying to get more familiar with YouTube Shorts because YouTube is pushing that more because you know with okay, I got you. I'm gonna try to do like all of it because like I want to make sure that I'm doing a good blend of all of that. But I think the educational videos are still gonna be great too. I'll watch anything you post. I love you guys. Y'all are literally the best. Because I want to make sure that I'm touching every base. Because you know, ADHD has this fun quirkiness, like I mentioned in my last long form video. It has all this quirkiness and this fun stuff too. But I really want to help the people who really be struggling because I don't think that people talk about that enough. Like how ADHD is fun, it's quirky, we're silly as hell. Nine times out of 10 because we don't know what the hell's going on. Okay, like we see the world through a completely different lens. Okay, but like I feel like it's very important for us to be talking about what the dark side of ADHD is too, because a lot of people go undiagnosed because they don't really know that their symptoms are that. And don't let people tell you, like I've had to have this conversation with people before where like you'll list some of the things that you feel like are ADHD traits and they'll be like, I do that too. Really? Really? You be so tired that you ready to go to bed, you lay down in your room, you lay on your pillow, and then you're up for 2 hours staring at the wall? Because your brain won't stop racing? Oh, that happens to you? Really? How often? Interesting. One time a month. Interesting. Try weekly, babe. Try weekly, babe. Yeah. Try weekly. Let's not play games here, you know? And sometimes too, it might not even be that you even have ADHD, but it just might be some things that you need help with. And having those quirks and tips and all that stuff to talk about, like it'll be able to help you. Like I've had people who are not, maybe who don't think that they're diagnosed, but like they'll listen to what I do to navigate the world and they'll be like, I need to try that. And I'll be like, yeah, do it, babe. Do it. And one of the biggest things, because you got to remember, having ADHD is hard because we are in the neurotypical world. We're in a neurotypical world. It's basically like being a woman in a patriarchy, like being a woman in a patriarchy or being a POC in racism. Like it's because the world is not fit for you, because the world is not tailored towards you. That is why it's difficult or why you feel like you can't manage it. You do what to almost daily invasion? Like having insomnia and stuff because you gotta remember with ADHD, this is one of the things that I'm gonna teach is narrowing down your thoughts. Like that's gonna be something that I'm gonna really highlight is narrowing down your thoughts because if you have ADHD, we think a million and one things in one day. So for instance, right, I'll take perfect example. I'll say washing dishes. I'll say, okay, I gotta wash the dishes. I get up to the sink. I'm just like, okay, I got to wash the dishes. Let me get my Dawn. I grab the Dawn. Oh God, my Dawn's getting low. Okay, put the Dawn down. Run over to my phone because before I forget, write down. Okay, I gotta get Dawn from the grocery store. Then I'm like, oh, I got a notification. Oh, what's this about? Click on that. Okay, cool. Then I'm like, oh girl, y'all supposed to do that. Take a picture of this thing. Take a picture. Next thing I know, 30 minutes has gone by, and then I look back over at the sink and I'm like, holy shit, I was supposed to wash the dishes. I might start the dishes and I'll be like, oh wait, pick up the Dawn. Did I put that thing on my grocery list? Pick up my phone. Yeah, I did. Okay, cool. And then go like this. Yeah, laying awake and having insomnia and stuff like that. It is a very. It's not. I'm not saying that just because you have some of the symptoms of ADHD that you actually have it, but like there are things that a lot of neurotypical people do have that are close to neurodivergence that they could use to help them navigate as well. Yeah, it's insane. Like it's not something that you notice is happening until you're doing it. But like I've been diagnosed since I was 5 years old. So since I've been diagnosed, I'm 23. I've had the last 18 years of my life to navigate and learn how to manage my ADHD and how to navigate the world. So much so that people, including psychiatrists, have told me that I do not have ADHD. He was like, you can sit in a room for 2 hours and not get distracted and not get fidgety and da da da. I said, no, I can get distracted. I get distracted all the time, but I've taught myself how to bring it back. Bring it back. Because I understand that in a neurotypical world, they really don't understand neurodivergence. They really don't get us. Like the world is not tailored towards us. So I had to learn how to become undetectable because it's a human nature trait. It's very strange. I'm not going to say it's everybody, but I've noticed, because I'm very observant, I've noticed in human behavior that if you show people that you have a hint, I'm talking about the size of an ant's turd type of weakness, or a weak that thing that they deem as a weakness, they're gonna prey on you. They're gonna prey on you. They're gonna use it as a way to keep you from things. They're gonna use it as a way to bully you. They're gonna use it as a way to justify their behaviors towards you, whether they be good intention or bad. Like it's the way that people see you. Once they see you, they stop seeing you as a person who can do whatever. To they start putting you in a box and start treating you differently. And I didn't like that. Personally, I did not like that. So I taught myself how to be undetectable. So anybody who meets me, they're just like, I would have never guessed you had ADHD. Of course you wouldn't. Of course not. You think I want you to treat me differently because I have ADHD? You think I want you to single me out? I think you want me to ostracize me? No. I'm gonna fit in like the rest of you hoes. You're never gonna know. Okay? I'm like a serial killer, okay? I'm in this motherfucker. I look just like you. I sound just like you. You would have never knew. But like that's something that that's one of the little things. You know what's so funny though, Invasion, like you can try to avoid people like that, but if you work with them, it's hard. You go to school with them, it's hard. If they're your family members, if you're anybody like me, it's difficult. Depending. I learned very very quickly because my big brother was one of them people where he was actually my first bully. He was my first bully. He was the first person who I learned how to protect myself against because he was my first bully. He used to single me out and purposefully upset me because not only do I have ADHD, I also have mood disorder. So like some days I wake up and I'm just not fucking with it. I'm not feeling it. I'm not having a good time. I'm not doing good. My brother was my very first bully, and he knew that he could mess with me because my mom oftentimes would leave him in charge of us when she had to go out and run an errand or whatever. And he used to single me out and purposefully bother me because he knew he would get a rise on me. So he was one of the first people I had to practice with because I was basically being bullied in my own home. So he was the first person that I'm not grateful for him because fuck that guy. You know what I'm saying? He's still my brother, but fuck him, you know? But like, he was the first person who ever made me like do that, and I had to learn it because not only was he a person that was like close to me where I had to deal with that every single day, it had forced me to learn that I had to develop that type of skill set of not letting people get a rise out of me out in the real world too, because people would do that to you in the real world too. So I'm not grateful for what he did to me, but at the same time, I'm glad that I have the skill set to know how to manage it. So you just never know. Cause like with the going back to like the dawn thing, right? Like if I was to wash my dishes, it doesn't feel like it's a bad thing at first, but then you're just like, dude, ADHD people have no perception of time. So like my best friends love them to death. Love them to death because they're literally like my timestamps. They're like my anchors. Like they like I would tell my best friend, I'd be like, oh yeah, bestie, you know we did that 2 weeks ago. She'd be like, Best, that was like a month and a half ago. Like we have no perception of time. So like when we do something and Look at her best friend right here. Like I have zero perception of time. Like my best friend is like my time stamp because like when it comes down to task or just multitasking or doing anything, like our brains are wired so strangely. And at least to me, my brain is wired to like a right now type of thing. So like if I see something, oh, that becomes the most important thing in the world. And I also become hyper fixated on stuff because I'm prone to forgetfulness. So like my best friend makes fun of me because I have lists. I have lists for everything. When I say I have lists for everything, my lists have lists. My lists have lists because my memory is so terrible. And it is because like with ADHD, every single thing becomes important. Every single thing becomes a hyperfixation. Next thing you know, oh, you had to wash the dishes, but now you have to text your sister. You have to do it right now. Okay, what happened to the thing that you had to do right now 2 seconds ago? Well, that's not important right now. I have the new thought. The new thought has taken over, and now I'm hyperfixated on that. Essie does have the best memory. She really does. She really fucking does. She really does. Hello? My memory is garbaggio. That's why I'm so blessed to have the friends that I do because like they keep my head on a swivel because like my best she knows me like Essence. I'm just gonna keep talking about her because she is the perfect person to use, right? If you don't have one, if you have an ADHD, if you're an ADHD person like me, and you do not have a friend like Essence, you need to find one immediately, 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 immediately. Make that your number one priority because my best, like the way she knows me is absolutely hilarious. Like I'll be sitting back. Sometimes I'll just be sitting back and just laughing about it because it is so funny. Like I'll use our birthday for the perfect example, right? My bestie knows me. She knows that I love to shop. So she was like, and like we was gonna be there for like a week, and she knows I love to be fashionable, and we both love to be fashionable and dress it up and be all whatever. And she was like, "Best, do you want to get my big suitcase that I'm gonna be bringing?" And I was like, "No, Best, I think I'm gonna be good." Like I got my suitcases because for about last year, my little sister got me a suitcase set, and I was like, "Okay, I'm just gonna use that because for our last little trips, I've been using that, and I might bring me like an extra bag." This time, this is the longest trip I've ever been on. So I didn't even really think in my brain, like, oh, I'm gonna need something real big. And she was like, Best. She kept asking me, she said, Are you sure you don't want this suitcase? It is huge, and I know you. You're gonna be bringing shoes, purses, you're gonna be bringing all this stuff. And I was just like, No, Best, I'm good. I got it, whatever, whatever. Child, while I was packing up for all this stuff, I had like 9 bags. I was like, I texted her and I was like, Bess, we live in the same building. I was like, Bess, let me just see this suitcase, what you got? Because when I got over here, it's not gonna work. She brought that suitcase up. Why was it the perfect size? Why was it the perfect size? And then she was like, I'm bringing an extra bag. And I was like, oh, why are you bringing an extra bag? She said, because I know that you like to shop. And I was like, Bess, I shouldn't be shopping too bad. I shouldn't be shopping too bad. But I said, you know what? You can bring it. It's cool. Just bring it. I just might need it. You know what I'm saying? I just might need it. Baby, everything that I bought fit perfectly in that bag. It's ridiculous. At this point, it's ridiculous. I'm just like, bitch, are you Jesus? Like, what is going on? Like, you know what I'm saying? She's my guardian angel at this point because it's like all that little stuff. Or like she does little things where she'll know. Girl, my notes app, my notes and memos app, or Invasion, are you a girl or boy? I'm sorry, I'm over here guessing your dang gender without even asking. But like if like I have a notes app and I keep my notes app open, I keep all my notes in my list and everything in there. But like Bestie, she's one of the people where she noticed me too, like how particular I am. So like she'll grab something and she'll like, I'll grab this for you because I know that you're particular and I know that you want da 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 da. Sorry, you're a boy. My deepest, sincerest apologies. I say girl a lot, but that's only because I hang around girls. Mostly. Mostly. So apologies if I came off to you wrong. That was not my intention, I promise. But like yeah, my best friend just knows me through and through, and she just knows all the little stuff. Like she be saying, write this down because you know you're gonna forget. Or she'll like come upstairs and she'll be like, you know, I'm coming up 10 minutes early, or I'm coming up 20 minutes early because I know you. You probably gonna be falling asleep or you're gonna be something. She just knows me way too well, through and through. And like I don't know where I would be without her. Like she's the one who keeps me sane. Like it's just yeah. If I didn't have somebody like her in my life, baby, the sky would be falling. Okay, the earth would be on fire because I my life. But getting back to the ADHD stuff though, like My brother was my biggest like my number one fucking bully straight out the gate until I learned how to stop letting him get a rise on me. Like that's like even though I like once again I'm not grateful for him mistreating me. I'm happy that I have the skill sets to learn when people are trying to get a rise out of me so I can control the narrative. Because the most important thing that you have when you're getting into a conflict or you have a story or something going on is controlling the narrative. You want to always be able to control the narrative because if you do not control it, baby, it's in the hands of anybody and you don't want that, especially if you're somebody with ADHD. Because, you know, if you do not know, ADHD has a side effect of like symptoms of anxiety and depression. And so we get overstimulated, at least I do, very swiftly. And one of the biggest ways that I get overstimulated is when I don't know like what I want to say. If I don't know what I want to say because I'm either stressed or I'm ill prepared or anything like that, when I'm anxious like that, I can't communicate properly and it just leads me to be frustrated. And being somebody who has mood disorder on top of ADHD, those combinations don't work well together. Don't work well together at all. They never have and they never will. So I had to learn how to properly navigate the world where it best benefits me in the best way that I could be undetectable and keeping people from preying on me. Because that's what people do when they think that you are weaker or are weird or whatever. And so that's why I had chose ADHD as my like niche for YouTube and everything. YouTube, all platforms. Because if I can help just one person, that's good enough for me. And you don't even have to go diagnosed. That's the thing. You don't even have to be diagnosed to use the tips and tricks that I'm going to be telling people. You don't have to be diagnosed like me. Like, you don't have to do that. You can literally just take these tips and apply them to your life. But the hardest thing I had actually just watched a video on TikTok where this girl had, and I talked about it in my last video, this girl was basically saying having ADHD was like a computer that she couldn't use. And that she wished that she was neurotypical because ADHD has ruined her life. Being a neurodivergent ruins her life. It's the worst thing on the planet. And I was just watching that video and I was just like, you know, I get that. I get it. It can be overwhelming. It can be stressful. It can be so frustrating. And like she was also highlighting how people have idolized ADHD to this fun little quirky, fun little thing, like a little suit that you can put on and take off. Whatever. Trending it or whatever. And I was like, I get it. You're in your raw emotions. You're upset. I understand. But at the same time, saying that you wish that you could be neurotypical is a very demeaning way to describe yourself. And the only reason why you feel like that is because the world is neurotypical. It's neurotypical. It's full of people who are, I hate this word, but normal. Because what the fuck does that even mean? What does that even mean? But to the rest of society, normal, right? And so, because of that, people who are neurodivergent, they have to play the masking game, which you learned it very quickly. Learning how to mask your emotions, learn how to mask your anxiety, learn how to mask all those things so you're seen as normal. It's something that we all pretty much pick up on the further down we go. And those who don't, well, they drown pretty much. But like, oh, sorry, I got a notification. What was I saying? But ADHD brain. But like she was talking about that and I was just looking at her like, you know, it's a very demeaning way to kind of like place yourself. Is basically saying that you can't do anything or be successful or have relationships or do anything because you're neurodivergent. And that just rubbed me the wrong way. Like the way she was saying it and like it went viral. So it was like thousands of comments of people saying like, oh, I agree. Like, I hate it. Like, I would, and it hurt my heart. I ain't gonna hold you. It hurt me so bad because I'm the type of person where it's like, problem solving is one of my number one skills. Problem solving is, if it's not my number one skill, baby, it's up there. Top three for sure. Like, problem solving is my thing. So, always helping people and finding solutions for people and just figuring stuff out, it's my shit, right? So, just hearing them say, like, yeah, I wish I could be neurotypical, I was like, what? Like, and to me, saying that you want to be anything other than yourself is just strange to me. Like, it's just strange to me. Like, if somebody ever asked me, oh, whose life do you wish you could have? Mine. Me. Myself. Because whatever's gonna happen in my life, I know how I would handle it. So I want to be myself. And you never know what's going on in somebody's life. You might sit there and think, oh, well, this person is super rich. Their life is amazing. Their life is perfect. Of course. Yeah, you mean the same person who got knocked up by the dude who's knocking her head between the washer and the dryer? That girl who's rich? No. No. The person who doesn't know how to advocate for themselves? No. The person who doesn't have any true connections unless it's involving money because they're wealthy and they can't trust anyone? No. Like, I never understand when people be like, I wish that I could be Beyonce. I wish I could be. No. I'm going to take me as me. I'm going to take me as me. Because you don't know what your life is going to look like. And I feel like you idolizing other people's lives is what keeps you from truly finding out who you are and growing as an individual. Now, is it wrong to want to, be successful? Yeah, I hope that she can learn too. I hope she can learn. I'm gonna come back on her in a second. But like I be sitting back wondering, like, yeah, it's okay to idolize people, like to idolize people's lifestyle, like for you to want to be wealthy. It's nothing wrong with wanting to be wealthy. Okay, I want a PJ. I want a private jet. I want to be like the wealthy people to be able to do all that, right? But saying that you want to be someone, it's like, what's wrong with being you? What's wrong with being you? There's only one you. So at the end of the day, like, you're special. And I had forgot what that science guy said. What that science guy, oh my God, he said it's like, oh my God, what was the chance? It's like a 1 in 1 trillion chance, or hold on, what are the chances of being born? Yeah, it was like a 1 in 400 trillion chance. 1 in 400 trillion. Trillion? You trillion? There we go. Neil, the black guy, love him to death. Him, dude, 1 in 400 trillion chance that you'll be born, and you over here trying to idolize somebody else? Please, 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 I beg. No, no, I'm gonna be me. No, I'm gonna be me. And to know that there's never gonna be another one of me ever again. Please, I'm living this life to the fullest. Are you kidding? Are you kidding? Are you kidding? No. And so, like, going back to her, right? She was saying that she wants to be a neurotypical and all this extra stuff, right? I commented and I had literally said, like, y'all need to learn patience, self-love, like your triggers, and how to properly advocate for yourself. Because something that I've learned about a lot of neurodivergence, because we learned the masking game, which is basically you trying to blend in, we have a very hard time with speaking up for ourselves. A lot of neurodivergents have a hard time speaking up for themselves. A lot. Not me. Not me. Hello? Not me at all. Because the way that I see it is that because I live in a neurotypical world, excuse me, because I live in a neurotypical world, one thing about me, baby, I only get one life. Once again, 1 in 400 trillion. I get one life. I'm going to live it to the fullest. So if I need to speak up for myself in order for me to live a more happier life, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I've never been the type to sit back and just let something happen. Nope. 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 I'm not doing it. I have to speak up. I must. Because the way that I see it, you get one life and so the hell do I. I don't get a do-over. I don't get to backspace, okay? I don't get to rewind. I don't get to fast forward. I don't get to do nothing. I get one singular life. So I'm going to try my best to live it to the fullest. And so what I find is that a lot of people who get overstimulated quickly and get frustrated and feel like I can't navigate it, it's because they do not know how to advocate for themselves. I'll use my old boss as a perfect example, right? He took on this job. He used to be my coworker at first. He took on the property management role, okay? Took on the property management role. And when he took it on, he was overwhelmed. When I say overwhelmed, he couldn't keep up with nothing. Tenants would message him. It would take him 2 or 3 weeks to get back to them. They're emailing me because he can't get back to them enough time. His emails, y'all, he had 5,000 emails unread. 5,000 emails unread. He would half-ass task. He would like all these things to the point where I became like, thank you guys so much for liking the live. I would, to the point where I would literally be like, dude, you need to organize and I would talk to him and I would tell him about what the hell I do. Because like me, I'm the organization queen. I have to be because I have ADHD. I must be the organization queen. So I keep track charts, spreadsheets, graphs, list. I make little folders in my email of this conversation, this follow up, this task, this is what I do because I have to remain organized. He would look at my stuff and he'll be like, "What's that?" And I'll be like, "My chart." my because I would be talking to him, right, and he'll be like, "Oh well, yeah, I forgot about that task," and he was like, "Do you remember about such and such person?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, that person who lives in apartment 3C, they talked to us last week Tuesday at 2 o'clock." He'll be like, "How the hell did you know that?" My list, my spreadsheet, my chart. And I'm like, "You don't got one of those?" He'll be like, "No." That's why you're disorganized. That's why it's taking you 2-3 weeks to respond back to tenants. That's the reason why they're showing up at the office. That's the reason why they're emailing me. And he literally, I would talk to him about all the things that I navigate, all the things that I do, right? And it pushed him to set up an appointment to get evaluated for ADHD. I don't know. He had to push it back. I left the job before I saw if he ever got fully diagnosed. But like he was drowning, right? And our corporate team would just keep piling on more stuff. They would email him, call him, "Hey, you're not getting this done. This is late. This is done." All that stuff. And I would look at him and be like, "Why aren't you telling them that you need help?" Granted, he doesn't know that he's a neurodivergent, or I'm not a psychiatrist. I'm not a therapist. So I'm not diagnosing him. But to me, I feel like it takes one to know one. Baby, I can see an ADHD person from a mile away. Friend, please. Okay, his attention span, whatever. So I'll be like, why aren't you notifying corporate that you're struggling? Why aren't you telling them that you need help? Why aren't you saying something? And he'll be like, "Well, I want them to think that I can do the job and everything like that." But you can't do the job. You can't. You can't. You're struggling. The reason why you're staying on track now is because I'm helping you. You have my spreadsheets. You have my charts. You were looking at my list. I shared these documents with you. So now you have a little bit more organization, and that's because of me. Exactly. Even if you're neurotypical, they should be asking for help too. But it's a hard thing to like. It's a hard pill to swallow because once again, if you have ADHD or like ADD or any like if you're on the spectrum anywhere, we get overstimulated quickly and stuff is like hard, and we already have like this imposter syndrome mindset where it's like, if I don't do it on my own, they're gonna think that I'm an idiot. Because some people, I'm even like that too myself. I have a hard time asking for help myself too. I ain't gonna hold you. It takes me a little bit, but when I'm truly out of my league, I'm gonna open my motherfucking mouth. I have to. I have to. But like if you ever grew up with ADHD, at least with me, I was put into a small classroom, a smaller classroom with it was like maybe 7 kids. And I was the only girl. And they used to call that class the retarded class or the dumb class or whatever class, right? Because it was full of kids who had anger management issues on top of like any other any issue that they were having, right? And they used to call us that, right? So because we had that language going around, I think a lot of neurodivergents have a hard time speaking up because they want to believe like they're invincible and they don't want to be seen as the idiot in the room, basically, because they already are trying to hide it. Yeah, I usually wait till I absolutely can't do it too. Hey, I like to feel smart, okay? I feel like I'm Einstein, so I'm definitely gonna sit there and you know what I'm saying. Try to do everything on my own. But like when I'm truly out of my league, I'm out of my league. And like, but a lot of neurodivergents they have a hard time speaking up because they do not want to feel like the idiot in the room because their whole lives they were told that they were stupid. And it's not that you're stupid. It's just I tell people all the time your path to knowledge is different. So for instance, I had to tell my teacher when I used to be in high school. I used to accommodate from. I used to speak up so bad. I was not playing games because I wanted an A. So I don't give a fuck how you feel about me. And that's another thing. You have to get past how people think about you. That's another thing. You got to get past it. You got to get past it. Anything that I do it for myself. I do it for me because that makes me happy, right? So when I accommodate for myself, it's not because if I don't accommodate for myself, it's not because I don't care. I care about what you think. It's more so about I think I can do it, and if I think I can do it, I won't ask for help until I think I can't. But I feel like when you get past what other people think, you make your life so much easier. Because in high school, I would accommodate to the gods. Accommodate to the gods. I had something called a IEP. I don't know if y'all ever know what that is, but it's basically like a how do I even explain an IEP? It's basically like a it's like this document, like this big piece of documentation that basically says what type of like either learning disability or whatever that you need, what accommodations that you might need, who's the person that you're supposed to be speaking to, things of that nature. That's kind of what an IEP is, right? A kind of like a setup to basically make sure that you are as successful as you can be in school, right? I had this IEP and they would tell me, they'll be like, okay, well, for instance, test taking, right? I have ADHD, so my when it comes out to tests, because I get distracted very quickly and I get hyper fixated on stuff, it takes me longer to take a test. I can still do well on the test, but like say for instance, if you had an IEP, if the normal test time for the rest of the students would be like an hour, if you had like some type of learning disability, if you had an IEP, yours would be like an hour, like you get like an additional hour and a half to take the test. And it wouldn't be because I was dumb or I didn't know the answer. It would be like because certain questions, right? Say for instance, if there's a question that says, let me think of one I used to fucking hate. It would be like, it's like one of them questions that like there's the right answer and then there's the right answer. I hated those. I hated those with the life of me, right? Because with those type of questions, right? Being somebody who has a hyperfixation thing going on, I would be stuck on that question for like 20 minutes because I'm too busy trying to figure out which one is the right answer. You know what I'm saying? It's like if you the way that they framed the question was to fuck you up, which was to trick your mind, right? But the way they framed the question, there's this one that answers this question, and then there's this one that can answer the whole question, but it's not, you know what I'm saying? Like it will always be that weird like jumble up, right? And so there will be like a testing room that you can go to that will give you the extra time, and then there will be a teacher's aide in there. And the teacher aide would be there not to give you the answers, which a lot of students thought. It would not be to give you the answers. It was to help you progress on the test because she would be one of them people where she'll walk around and if she's noticed, she's walked past you 3 times. If she's noticed that you're still in the same question, 15 minutes later, she's gonna come in and she's gonna be like, what's up? And then you have to tell her like, I'm not, dude. Oh my god, I would hate those too. If you know the answer and then you gotta explain it, bitch. Love you, bestie. See you later. I figured you was going to sleep anyway. What time is it? Yeah, it's 9:55. You be up at the ass cracking on, so I'm surprised you even awake this long. Love you. Bye bye. But like what was I saying? So yeah, she would be in there and she would like look over your shoulder and see if you were helping. And I hated those questions where you gotta explain shit too, because it was just dumb. Like I hated those. Like if I know the answer, I know the answer. Why do I gotta explain it to you? Okay, especially if I got ADHD and I gotta explain to you how I got to this conclusion. No, you set me up. But like the teacher's aide would basically be there to help you move along on the test. So what she would do is that she would frame it in a way that would get you to the conclusion that you needed. Right? So she would be like, okay, if they're let's just use a simple one. If they're saying that Jimmy has two red apples and 3 purple apples, how many apples does he have that are colorful or whatever the fuck, right? Let's just say something stupid like that. She would break it down in a way where you would stop hyper fixating on what the right answer is or what they're asking you, because that's what would get me on tests. I'd be like, what the fuck are they asking me? I don't what are you asking? Because this question seems like a question inside of a question that's a trick question. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm over here baffled. So the teacher, they would come around and like help you, navigate that and being like, no, this is what they're asking you to answer, not this question or that question or whatever. So like me, I would took full advantage. I didn't give a fuck. Because one thing I want to get is an A. So if that means I'm going to have to go down to the smaller classroom with the teacher's aide who's going to be explaining what's going to be happening or trying to get me to narrow down stuff, once again, narrow down your thoughts. If that's what I'm going to have to do to make sure that I pass, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. And so that's why I feel like a lot of neurodivergents, they walk around and they struggle so hard because they don't know how to accommodate for themselves or they're too busy worrying about what other people think. I don't give a fuck. I had neurotypical kids, normal kids coming to me for tutoring. Like if I'm so dumb because I have ADHD, if I'm so stupid since I have ADHD that I can't pass on my own, well, why are kids who are supposed to be normal or neurotypical, why are they coming to me for help? In my English class, my teacher literally would grade my stuff first because I would get done quick because English was my freaking subject. I loved English. She would grade my stuff first, and then students would be coming to her, and then she'd be like, "Go talk to Square." I'd be looking like, Miss Morgan, girl, we're not checking Yana because I'm not getting paid for this. Money in hand. Money in hand. No, I'm just playing. I always like to help. I don't mind helping. But like that's why when people try to demonize neurodivergence or make it seem like we slow or something like that, or we can't comprehend, I look at them like being on the spectrum, having autism or ADD or ADHD or any type of anything doesn't make you dumb. As a matter of fact, it's so hard to measure somebody's smarts. Now, there's obvious imbeciles out there. Don't get me started. There's obvious imbeciles out there. But for the most part, it's very hard to be able to measure what is smart because smart comes in multiple different forms. It's not just book smart. You could be book smart, you could be street smart, you could be struggle smart, you could be life smart. Do you ever deal with bullies in school? I was bullied a bunch. I used to believe that folks would leave me alone eventually. Yeah, actually, I was bullied. Funny enough. Funny enough. I was bullied in school for one solid year. One. And let me tell you why. So in my middle school, this is so funny. I was actually planning on telling this story a while ago, but who cares? In middle school, in elementary school too, I tried a girl attempted to try to bully me in school. Yeah, teachers will always do that dumbass shit. They in middle school, this is actually so funny because people will probably I'm guessing in the future when I start posting more and everything like that, people are gonna start asking me about confidence. When I was in school, my confidence came out of being bullied. My confidence literally was bred out of being bullied because my in my elementary years and in my sixth grade year, I was a very confident kid. I didn't give a fuck. I was walking around. I was minding my business, right? And I walked around with an ass where I was like, I will beat your ass. I don't give a damn. Like me, I likes to fight. Let's do it. Let's get it going. Okay. Hey, you signed up for this, right? And like I was that type of kid. Like I remember my fifth grade year. It was my first my first week at this school, and this girl, I was in my smaller class, I was in an anger management class with other students. But this girl, it was literally was walking back from lunch. This is like my first week or even my first day there, fifth grade year. This girl pointed me out, and was like, "I want to fight her." I'm just like, I've never spoken to this girl day in my life. I've never met this girl. She doesn't know my name. I don't know her name. I don't know what grade she in. I don't know what class she in. Never even knew the girl existed. She just pointed me out and was like, I want to fight her. And see, back in those times, I was the type of kid where I didn't give two dams or a fuck. I didn't have two dams to rub together. So I caught her ass on the playground, tore her up. I was beating her ass so bad that she had a family member, a girl who was maybe a year older than us, who was her auntie. So it was the girl's dad's little sister. So she was in the same school as us, and she had to jump in because I was beating her niece's ass so damn bad, right? And so sixth grade year rolls around. I'm still that girl. Okay, seventh grade year rolls around. Now in this time, right, my teacher, I had two male teachers, Mr. Lingo and Mr. Gill. Love y'all. Literally, Mr. Lingo is my dad. He's literally my dad. He he had me in his class, right? And I was always an intelligent person. It's never been any doubts in my motherfucking mind. Hello? But I was always an intelligent kid. But because I was excelling more than my classmates, he made me an entirely different curriculum, basically. And like he was making me do homework and do classwork that they weren't doing. He'll give them, okay, y'all read chapters 4 through 5. Coy, you read chapters 4 through 7, right? because I was moving that fast. And he was like, answer these questions, get things, because that's the type of student that I was. I want to get an A, I want to get it done, I want to get it going fast, right? And Mr. Gill was less of like a teacher and more of a teacher's aide. So Mr. Lingo was kind of just running the class kind of on his own. So you could probably imagine a teacher who already has like a large caseload. He's already trying to manage that curriculum for them, and then he's making up a completely different curriculum for a whole different student, right? And so like when he would make up that new curriculum, he did that with me for maybe a couple of months, and then he was like, dude, you're very smart, you're doing very well. I'm still going to give you curriculum that I want to do. I'm still going to give you the curriculum, but some of the stuff that I'm teaching you, some of the stuff that I'm pushing on you, they're learning downstairs right now in the regular classes. So I'm going to put you down there for the mornings, and I need you to his words, not mine. He was like, I need you to show them that you are more than just. He used to call me Debo. If you don't know about Debo, it's from Friday. He used to call me Debo because I was the type of person I was, you know what I'm saying? I was ready to go. I'm ready to go at any time, any moment. And so he was like, I need you not to be Debo because the principal was on my ass. The security was kind of on my ass. My stepmom, my dad's wife, worked at the school and they kept bothering her about me. Okay, the teachers didn't like me for real. All the regular teachers didn't like me because I was out testing their students. That's important to know. They did not like me. The principal didn't like me. Teachers didn't like me. Security was fine for the most part because she was friends with my stepmom. But like the principal and the teachers and the front desk people, they did not fuck with me because I was out doing the regular, normal students. I was out testing them because I was smart. Go figure. Somebody who has is a neurodivergent is smart. Anywho, he was like, I need you not to be Debo when you go down there. And I was like, okay. I was like, fine. He said, for me. And I was like, okay, I will do that. Right? And not being Debo meant like, don't let them get a rise out of you. Don't be ready to go. Don't be ready to fight. Just ignore them if they're trying to bother you. Just go down there, do your work. Going hold on. I'm gonna respond to your questions in just a second, Invasion. But he was like, go down there, do your work, be a good student, and make me proud, basically. And he like my dad, so I'm just like, okay, fine. My 7th grade year, that was the like I don't even know how to label it. That was probably one of the best pieces, um, one of the best like probably experiences of the human behavior I think that I have ever experienced, right? Because these are almost the same kids I was in 6th grade with. Almost the same kids I was in 6th grade with, right? Because I was down there in 6th grade too. I was down there for like maybe 1 or 2 classes. This time I was down there for half the day. My 7th grade year, I was down there for half the day with them. And so this is the same shit, the same fucking kids from 6th grade. Same kids. Never fucked with me before. Didn't bother me before, right? 7th grade year, it's like they knew that I was not trying to fuck up. They knew I was trying not to get into fights, not get into it with nobody, not have no problems, just come down there and do my work. I sat quietly. I did my work. I mind my business. And they preyed on me so bad. To the point where like they would throw pencils at me. They would throw scissors at me. They was throwing stuff at me. Like people was trying to fight me every other fucking day. Like it was absolutely ridiculous. And I put up with it. My teacher, she didn't do shit. Her name was Miss Spence. She couldn't stand me. She could not stand me because once again, I was out doing her students. I was out testing her students. So she didn't like the fact that I was coming down there and basically I was supposed to be stupid. I was supposed to be the retarded kid. I shouldn't have been downstairs being smart and answering the questions and turning in my work. She was so mean to me, y'all. She would try not to give me homework. She wouldn't come and help me when I had a question on the classwork we were doing. She wouldn't let me answer any of the questions on the board. Like, to the point where she was just so vindictively nasty towards me. And so she would let them do whatever they wanted to me. She would let them do whatever they wanted. Then there was this girl named Constance. This girl, her little brother and me was on the same school bus. He told Constance that I was bullying him on the bus, which I was not bullying him. Me and him used to play fight and stuff like that. But he told her that. And she's a big sister. She wanted to protect her little brother. I get that. Baby, I'll be the same way over mine. Hello? But it was just like, he told her that, and Constance was known to be able to know how to fight. She was one of the people who knew how to fight, right? And so I did not want to get into it with her because one thing about me, I was one of them people, and I'm still them people to this day. I'm not gonna fight once I reach a certain maturity level. I'm not gonna fight you until you give me a reason. So once I got out of fifth grade, I'm out of elementary, I'm in middle school. I'm trying to be a good student. I'm trying to be mature. I'm not gonna fight you just for the sake of doing it because I like school. I was a kid who liked to go to school. I like to learn. I like to be educated. I like to be in the loop. I don't like to miss days. I did not like that. So being suspended and shit, I did not like that. So I did not like getting into fights for no reason. So if my teacher was to ask me or security was to ask me, why did you get into a fight? I would be like, I would have to have a real reason. And if I did not have a real reason to say why I got into this fight, I wasn't going to do it. Right? So Constance, she did not like me. She thought that me and her had a beef going on. Eventually, my teacher, Miss Lingo, got involved and we squashed it, right? But because they knew that Constance didn't like me and she knew how to fight, she knew how to fight. They thought, oh, I'm scared of Constance. Once again, I was not bullying her little brother. So I'm not going to fight you and basically give you basically like a confirmation like I was doing something when I wasn't. Right? So because Constance, the beef that was going on with Constance, and because of the fact that I was literally not trying to fight nobody, they preyed on me so bad. To the point where kids were trying to find any reason that they could to try to get a rise out of me. They were trying to do anything that they could to try to fight me. They would throw pencils, scissors, all types of shit, right? They never took it too far where they would like throw a book or something like at me, but they threw like small stuff, right? Miss Spence wasn't doing shit. Principal wasn't doing shit. And that was the first time that I've ever been able to like fully experience bullying, like outside of like my raggedy ass brother, right? Because my brother, I used to put brooms and shit on him all the time. But like with them, I literally would just sit back and be like, that's crazy as fuck that y'all doing me so fucking bogus, considering the fact that we was just classmates last year. Like I don't know, but it just goes to show when you are not confident, when you are not like when you are not somebody who like shows that you can defend yourself, people are gonna prey on you. Like, and that's why I tell people too, even if you know you can't fight, even if you know that you are weak or you're not gonna win or whatever, fight back. It does not matter. And I don't care how scared you are. Fight back because if you don't, they're gonna keep fucking with you. Even if you do not win, it doesn't matter. I bet you if you hit them over the head with that book, it doesn't matter if you win or not. They're not going to get smacked in the head again. They're not going to get smacked in the head again. If they know that they have a chance of getting their ass fucked up, they're not going to mess with you. So defend yourself the best way that you know how. Even if you're not going to win, defend yourself the best way you know how. So after that whole thing was going on, right? I went through the whole first semester of that shit going on, right? And I had a friend, or at least I thought she was my friend. Her name was Amari. And Amari, literally, she was one of them pick me ass girls where like she would just be friends with anybody. It didn't matter. Like she wanted to be accepted so bad because she was a chunkier girl. She wanted to be accepted so bad that the same girls who was calling her a ugly fat penguin yesterday, if they said, "Come on, Amari, be our friend," she would be their friend the next day. That's how fucking desperate she was for friendship. So I thought that she was my friend, right? The moment that she saw that the tide had turned on me, oh, she got beefy as hell. I'm talking about beefy as hell. She tried to fight me in the class. She tried to like poke me and was like, "Oh yeah, I want to fight you. I want to fight you. Get up. Let's fight. Let's fight." And I'm looking at her like, now my old me would have dragged your big balloon ass across this motherfucking flow. I would have put your face through that desk fucking with me last year. Okay? I'm trying to be a better person. I'm trying to be better. I'm trying to grow. I'm trying to be better. So I was just like, you know what? I was like, you know what? Fine. I'm going to ignore her. I'm going to ignore her. But it got to a point where, once again, bringing up that advocating thing, it got to a point where I literally pulled Lingo to the side and I said, you better pull me out this class now or I'm fucking everybody up. I'm tired. I've tried to be patient. I've been dealing with this for months. Miss Spence is not doing nothing. The principal's not doing nothing. Nobody's doing anything. If you don't pull me out this class, I'm fucking everybody up. And I'm not playing with you. He knew how serious I was. I'll say, Lingo, I'm telling you, I'm not going back down here. I'm not coming back down here. Unless you want me to be beating some ass. Because I'm getting everybody. Nobody's safe. I'm getting everyone. Nobody is safe. And he pulled me out immediately. Immediately. And it was so funny. Literally though, after he pulled me out the class though, right, my confidence came back immediately. It was never gone. Let's first talk about that. It was never gone, right? But like I was given the impression that I had no confidence, right? So literally after he pulled me out the class, right, I was back to my old self. I was back up on my bullshit. Basically, I told him I don't give a fuck no more. It's the end of the year. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. It's the end of the year. I'm beating ass. So Amari though, she's the one who had pushed me to finally be like, fuck it, because bitch, you tried me. You tried me. After I literally was your friend this whole time when nobody else wanted to be your friend because they was treating you like you was just this fucking weird ass cheese touch or something. Treated her like she was a disease. I was the only one who was your real friend. And you gonna do me bogus? Y'all, I'll tell you, when I say I didn't give a fuck, I didn't give a fuck. So literally right after that, right, I came back to school and I was determined to tear her ass up. She was the first motherfucker I was gonna get. I didn't care about nothing else. I don't even care that he pulled me out the class. I was on that. All my anger and frustration and all that stuff, all that shit that y'all was pulling all those months, I'm on it. Literally, I was so, my aura was so strong that I had the morning of, I had, I came to school in some sneakers. I came to school in some sneakers, some jogger pants, and like a regular shirt. And I just walked on the bus, and I walked on the school bus, and I was chilling. Dude, I stepped on the bus immediately. My bus driver, she cocked her head, and she was like, "Girl, who you about to beat up?" Literally. I didn't say anything. I didn't even look angry. I was just on that. I was on that. My aura was so heavy that she was like, "Girl, who you about to beat up?" Like she was like, her pearls were clutched. She couldn't believe it. Literally the day when I got off the bus, I was just like, I was just telling her, I was like, I'm just waiting for somebody to fuck with me. Basically how I'm feeling, right? And the same kids who used to talk shit, right? I walked off the bus. Once again, I was trying to fuck up Mari that whole day, right? I'll come back to her. I got off the bus and the same girls who used to be talking shit, throwing stuff at me, trying to start some stuff up, right? I stepped off the bus that same day and I looked at them like this. And I'm telling you, it was like, y'all, I can't explain it like in the better way that I'm explaining it right now. The shift in behavior was insane. Like it was night and day, like a light switch. The same girls who was trying to jump me and getting in my face and throwing stuff at me, silence. Silence. No words. No words. They started whispering to themselves. And I said loud as hell. This how y'all know I did not give a fuck. I was crazy. I did not give a fuck. I said loud as hell. I was just like, I love having fans. I love having fans. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love having fans. I love that girls cannot live their life without talking about me. I love it. I'm enjoying myself. Those same bitches coming around, trying to be all cool and whatnot, and I'm looking at them like, don't come around me. Don't look at me. Don't even breathe the same air as me, bitch. And the funny, like when I'm telling y'all, the confidence that they had the day before, it just miraculously disappeared. It just miraculously disappeared because the type of aura that I had, I was so on that. I was already on that type of shit. I was so on it, y'all, that they only had to say one word wrong thing to me. You only had to say one wrong thing to me. You come in my face and you stutter. You start to say something that I think is disrespectful. I'm putting your face through this locker. And I was not playing. You say one wrong thing to me, you're gonna find a textbook in the middle of your forehead. Like, I'm not playing. So literally, after that, right, I did not see Amari the whole day. When I say the whole day, I did not see Amari the whole day. didn't see her the whole day. The whole day she was avoiding me like the plague. Didn't see her the whole day until the end of the day. I was getting on my bus and she ran over. This is how y'all know I was crazy. She ran over and she was just like, "Oh, Sequoia," and I cocked my head at her like this was my full face. I was like, let me make sure my glare is off. I was like, she ran over and she was just like, she was like, "Oh, I wanted to come over and I wanted to apologize. I wanted to apologize about how I treated you and I was a bad friend and all this extra stuff." And I literally looked at her dead in her face, and I need y'all to know without the glare. I looked at her dead in her face just like this. And I was like, "You apologized to me because you know I was gonna beat your ass, don't you? You know I was gonna beat your ass, right?" And she was like, "Yeah." I was like, "I'm gonna spare you. I'm gonna spare you because you said you were sorry, and you a pathetic ass bitch, and you sad, and I feel bad for you. So I'm gonna spare you." But I told her, I said, "If you ever pull some shit like that ever again, bitch, I'm gonna knock the pounds off you. Y'all, I'm gonna knock the pounds off you. You gonna go from a size 12 to a size fucking 9 fucking with me." Never had a problem at her again. Never had another problem about anybody ever again. That was the very first time that I've ever experienced, like, besides my punk ass brother, bullying. That was the first time I've ever done it. And it was literally, I'm like not glad that it happened, but it's like at the same time I'm not mad that it happened because it was the first time ever, firsthand, where I've ever been able to see the human behavior flip like that. And remember, it wasn't that I was scared. It was that they just knew. They didn't care what the reason was. They didn't care what the reason was as to why I wasn't trying to fight or get into it or anything like that. They didn't know what the reason was, but they saw that I was weaker, so they preyed on me. That's what you have to do though. That's what you have to do. You have to back all the way down. Let me get back up to your thing because you had said something else too that I had. Hold on. Okay, so you were still friends with that person. And then my school, it wasn't a private school. We just had one security guard because I guess the school was in a bad neighborhood, so we needed to have security. A lot of public schools have security though. My high school has security too. My elementary school has security. Yep, and also like Yana said, it's also to prevent students from sneaking things into the school like drugs or, it really just depends. Guns of any kind. But I feel like school shootings and stuff is a white school thing. I'm not trying to pull the race card, but I've never heard of a school shooter inside of a black high school. I just never high school, middle school, elementary school. Mass shootings are just not a thing. If it is like a shooting situation, it's a singular person coming after another singular person, and it's usually not even guns. Like they usually like a taser or maybe like a knife or somebody gonna get jumped. But you getting shot in your school, I feel like that's a really like a original experience for white people, really, because we don't. If a kid's even threatened some shit like that, like you have to remember, culturally too, like parents, your black mama will tear your ass alive if you pull some shit like that. She would tear your ass alive. Um, that's crazy. I didn't have security. That's insane. You know, so crazy. Listen. I might not be a good role model because I brought a knife to school twice. I had a good reason. This one girl, when I was in elementary school, she was on my bus with her siblings, and she was a middle schooler. She was a much bigger kid than me, and she used to try to bully me. So the last time that she bullied me, I had told her that I was gonna stab her, and so I brought a knife to school the next day. But the only reason why they knew that I brought a knife to school is because I told my teacher. I told her that I brought one. And then I got expelled. But I was gonna stab her. The Lord saved her that day because I was determined. If I say I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it. Um, yep, Yana's question. Mm, mm. But yeah, like I stood up for myself. Like that's what you have to do though. You have to. You must. That's why I tell people it does not matter. It does not matter. Just if you fight back, even if you lose, you have to fight back. Girl, what isn't wrong with me, Yana? You've been friends with me since 2016. You know I'm crazy. You know I'm crazy. But that girl was bullying me, like her and her siblings. It was like five of them. All together, it was like five of them. And her siblings used to like bully me in the back of the bus, and that's how I was gonna stab every last single one of them. I was gonna get the ringleader first. This is in elementary school. I think I was like second grade. I was not playing games. I did not play. You're not about to bully me. You're not about to bully me. No. The way that I see it, this is my mindset, right? This is my mindset, right? The way that I see it is that I have every single right to have a good time on earth just as much as you do. You think that I'm about to sit here and let you ruin my time on earth? Think again. Think again. Think again. Think again. You better have your mind going. Think again. Think again. I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I need to do to have a good ass time on this earth. I don't give a damn who you is. Like, and the funny thing is, this is the worst part about it, right? This is the worst part about it. She was the oldest. She was probably in like maybe sixth or seventh grade, maybe. And her siblings all ranged in ages. So like, but because she was the ringleader, they all felt comfortable doing that. So I'm in like first or second grade, and I have like this fucking kid who's like in the fifth grade messing with me. Her who was messing with me, they had like little siblings who was like in kindergarten, trying to put their hands on me. And listen, I don't like beating up smaller people. I really don't like beating up smaller people. But baby, this little toddler about to get smacked the fuck up or stabbed the fuck up. I don't give a fuck which one. Y'all always finna get it. 5 against 1 is insane. And the bus driver wasn't doing nothing. So hell yeah, I was about to handle that. I surely was. I have to defend myself. You're not about to make me have a bad time on earth. No. No. I refuse. I refuse. Yeah, I know. I was small. I was literally in like second grade, but that's what they do though. When people think that you're weaker, it's a thing that they do. They start off acting like that. It's sad, it's pathetic, but that's what they do. That's why you have to defend yourself. No matter what. No matter what. You have to defend yourself. Parents too. And so like moving back up to my middle school, right? Moving back up to my middle school. Yeah, like move back up to my middle school. um like that was the only time I ever experienced bullying, and it was only because I had an ulterior motive. Like I wanted to um prove my teacher right, because the only reason why I allowed all that shit to happen was because he begged me, and it was because he knew how smart I was. He was like, I don't want your education to be hindered because you're not able to like learn, because they're gonna find a reason. Like basically the principal basically gave me like one time to do anything. That meant raising my voice at the teacher, getting into it, missing an assignment. Like literally I only had a small little hair of opportunity to prove that I was not gonna be a student who would just blow up and do stuff, because they saw me as stupid, they saw me as disruptive, they saw me as disrespectful, they saw me as all these things. So they were not giving me a chance to excel because they thought that I was gonna be acting a fool. So the only reason why I allowed that to happen was because my teacher begged me to. He was like, please, please, Debo, show them what I already know. Even though I really couldn't give any less of a fuck about their opinion, to be honest. I'm still smarter than your students, bitch. So at the end of the day, I'm still the champion. So at the end of the day, I really didn't give a fuck. But y'all lucky that I love this man. And he's literally like my dad. Like I'm gonna invite him to my wedding. He's gonna be the person walking me down the aisle like him. So I wanted him to be proud of me. So because I wanted him to be proud of me, I was going to do whatever the fuck I had to do. So until I got fed up. Even though I got fed up at the end of the year, so it really didn't matter. The rest of the months I did perfectly fine. But going back up to my middle school though, going back to the teachers and stuff, right? After I did that, after I was all good and everything like that, fast forward to eighth grade year. Now, one thing about confidence that I don't think that people realize is that people don't be asking the right questions. And that's what be getting me. Like when people, if somebody ever asks me, how are you so confident? Why aren't you? Why not? The people who bully you for your looks, the people who talk about you, the people who make you feel less than, do you want to be friends with those people? And if you do, why would you want to be friends with somebody who demeans you, degrades you, makes you feel like you're less than? Why would you want to be friends with somebody like that? That's not making any sense, right? That doesn't make any sense. Why would you want to be friends with somebody like that? You don't want to, right? So why would their opinion matter? They're not in your life. My mom used to say when kids used to talk about your clothes and stuff, talk about your clothes, talk about your hair, talk about your living situation, put your hand out like this. Just like this. Put your hand out. And if they ask you what's that for, I'm waiting for the money that you're gonna give me to buy the things that you don't like. You don't like that my hair's all over my head? Okay, give me the money to get my hair done. If you're paying, you can say whatever the fuck you want. You can say whatever you want. You can say whatever you want. You don't like my shoes? I take Zelle, I take PayPal, I take Cash App, I take cash. Whatever you got. Tell your mom to send it to my mom. I will go get those new pairs of Jordans that you want me to have right now. Today. I'll go get them right now. I'll go get my hair done tonight. If that's what you want. Since you seem to be more bothered about my appearance than I am. And, hey, if you buying, I ain't saying shit. But 9 times out of 10, them kids ain't got no money. You don't have anything to uplift my life and make my life better. So why would your opinion matter to me? Why would what you have to say about me matter to me? Why would that matter? You're not doing anything to change it. So, and you seem to be more bothered about what the hell I got on my body than you do about your own body. You seem to care way more than I do about my own body. And then when it comes down to people's opinions too, you have to think about it like this. What is that doing for you? Excuse me. What is that doing for you? What is that doing? What is it doing for you? Is it paying your bills? No. Getting your hair done? No. Give you the body yaddy? Making your body tea? No. Paying for a trip to the Bahamas? No. At the very least, helping you bust a nut? No? What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? Maybe I'm confused. Maybe I'm confused. Maybe I'm lost. Like, there you don't. So let me just make sure I'm understanding. You don't want them to be your friend because they make you feel like shit, and they're not doing. Their opinion is not doing anything to help you. The thing with that is that having friends that are more conventionally attractive is that they tend to outshine the traits you have that are attractive in their appearance. What that got to do with anything? Your friends being attracted don't mean shit. You gotta walk around like that bitch. You gotta walk around like that bitch. Honestly, be delusional. Can't nobody tell me I'm not the baddest bitch walking. I'm the baddest bitch walking. Confidence gets you everywhere. Stop looking at what everybody else looking like. Don't worry about what other people are looking like. Don't worry about what other people are thinking. If your friends are pretty, okay, be pretty too. And the thing is too, is like the way I see it, can't nobody ever tell my friends that they're not good looking. Cause baby, I'ma hype them up every time. I'ma hype them up every time. The way I see it, call me delusional, but they the baddest bitches to ever walk if you ask me. Yeah, and I get that too. I get that too. Like, sometimes if you are an attractive person, you could be somebody who's like average, but if you're around somebody who's considered conventionally attractive, it can make you look less attractive because you're not as attractive as they are. But at the end of the day, something that I've noticed is that confidence is the biggest fucking thing you could ever have. It's the confidence. The confidence is the biggest thing that you could ever have. Yeah, I know situations that happen all the time. I know, I get it. Those type of situations that you experience, I experienced, that we saw in high school. Like, I know that they happen. I get it. I know that they happen. But it's like confidence is the biggest thing that you could ever have. I'm telling you that right now. I am not even considered like if somebody was to ask, like I'll probably be rated like an 8. I'm a fucking 11, no matter how nobody flip a dip or roll it. In my mind, I will always be an 11. Hello, let's not play no games here. Hello, I get a +1 for effort, for being smart and funny. 2 points if I'm being generous. Like, but I wouldn't be considered the most conventionally attractive. Like, if you know who Megan Good or Megan Fox is, they're gorgeous, gorgeous, beautiful women, model-esque women, right? Next to them, I would probably be considered average. Next to women that looks that pretty, right? I've been able to get any fucking dude I've ever wanted. Any man I have ever wanted, I've always been able to bag him without even trying. Without even trying. I went to middle school with girls who were so fucking pretty. They were pretty. They were very pretty. And they would get the cutest boys who came to school. Those same boys would be trying to touch me underneath the fucking school desk. And those girls would be considered prettier than me. But it look like I give a fuck. I don't got two damn syrup together. I don't care. I don't care. The way I see it, I'm the prettiest girl walking. Boys who will be telling other girls that they thought that I was ugly will be the same boys on my Facebook Messenger, messaging me on Kick and Snapchat and shit. Please, please. Getting a man to be attracted to you is the easiest thing that you can do. It's easier than breathing. I've been able to get any man I've ever thought was attractive without ever trying. I don't ask them out. I don't ask boys out. I don't ask boys out. I never have, and I never will. I never have, and I never will. But I exude. The confidence oozes out of my pores. Because one thing you can never call me is ugly. Sorry, sorry. You're gonna have to tell that to somebody else. You're gonna have to go tell that lie to somebody else. Because my mama not ugly, and neither is my motherfucking daddy. So there's no way that I can be ugly. And even if they was ugly, and what they gotta do with me? The way that I see it, God cracked the earth when He made me. God cracked the earth right on open when He made me. I don't know about you, but God was playing no games with me. Hello, I'm like the motherfucking Powerpuff Girls. He sprinkled a little bit of magic in my shit. I don't know about you, but it's like it's like it doesn't even matter. Like your confidence has to be. It doesn't have to. Confidence does not come from how you look. You need to understand that, because if you have confidence because you're an attractive person, if you have confidence because you're an attractive person, the moment that you stop looking like that, your confidence is going to be gone. Confidence is the most one. You have to have it. You must. That's why, and men too are attracted to confident energy. That's the thing. If you, men or women, they're attracted to confident people. That's why you would find people who are considered tens across the board dating somebody who would be considered a six. And it's not because that person is the most prettiest thing walking on the damn planet Earth. It's because that person liked their energy. They liked their personality. They were drawn to them because of their aura. Because that person walks around like they're the finest thing walking. You can't tell them nothing. It's not always about the looks either. And I hate the word. I really do hate when we be talking about attraction, because attraction truly is in the eyes of the beholder. Genuinely. Just because somebody is considered a 10 doesn't mean that that 10 is going to be attracted to the same 10 you're attracted to. Like, that's why it'd be killing me when people get mad when, like, let's just say a conventionally attractive guy who's like swole. Let's just say that he's buff, right? A conventionally attractive guy who's very buff and strong might be dating a plus size woman, because you know being plus size is not considered attractive in this fucking society. Might be dating a plus size woman, and people will be standing around being like, "Why is he dating that fat girl? What's going on?" Because he thinks that she's fine as hell. He thinks she's fine as hell. You have the messed up thinking of thinking that if somebody who has abs or is buff or whatever, like somebody who's fit too. Those be the main motherfuckers going after the chunky monkeys. They be the main motherfuckers wanting them something nice and soft to squeeze on. Same thing with men who are super skinny. You'll find men who are super skinny who are dating big women, and people will be literally up in arms. They're so surprised, like, how did she pull him? That's his type. You fucking idiot. Like, For you to think that basically the way that they see it is like 2 + 2 = 4. Like two positives makes a positive. You know, no, bitch, that's not how it works. 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 The aura, the vibes, the way that you are, the way that you carry yourself. It does not matter how you look. I assure you it does not. Is it in the eyes of the beholder? Now, of course, can you look disheveled? Of course. You can look disheveled. You can look a little crazy walking out the house, depending. Okay? Walk of shame type shit. But like, if you just yourself and just being you, you're going to attract the person who's meant for you. You're going to attract the person who's meant for you. And that's how, this is what be getting me too when it comes out of confidence. People be thinking that in order for you to be confident, you have to be conventionally attractive or beautiful, right? The prettiest girls on the fucking planet be the most insecure. The prettiest girls on the planet be the most insecure. And then y'all be sitting there and looking at these girls and you be thinking at all the dudes that they date and how attractive and buff and fine these dudes are that they date. These the same niggas knocking their heads through the fucking dryer and washer. Be the same dudes pumping them up with babies and leaving them. But the same dudes don't even know the girl's favorite color. Can't even remember her damn birthday. Cause all he sees is her all he sees is her prettiness. That's it. That's it. That's it. Those be the same dudes. They go after girls like that, or even vice versa. Girls who go after dudes like that, dudes that they know that they can use and abuse, because all you care about is how you look. That's all you care about. And they know that you're insecure. They know that you're insecure. And they're preying on you. And you sitting there and letting them because he fine or she fine. Be the same people taking advantage of you. I can't. I can't. That's why I kind of hate it when people be saying like, oh, you know, if you're pretty, life can't be hard for you. If you're pretty, life isn't good for you. You know, like that life isn't hard. Everything comes easy to you. Please. 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 Everybody has their vices. Everybody has their bad things that happens to them. You might think that being an attractive person makes life easier for you, but it doesn't. Everybody has their own stuff. The same girl, the same pretty girl that gets into the club for free is the same girl getting passed up at her job for a promotion for the girl who's less attractive. Because the boss doesn't think that she'll take the position seriously because she walks into the office with makeup on every day. With her hair done every day. Coming in with the most prettiest bags and prettiest shoes and wearing the tightest dresses. She would get passed up by the unknown Becky in the cubicle on the right. like, 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 please, please, will be the same girl attracting the same type of man, same type of abusive, narcissistic man. Same thing with a dude. Same thing with a dude. You would think that he's super attractive, getting girls who don't even give a fuck about his personality, only see him as something sexual. You will be surprised how hard it is for attractive people to find genuine connection. And you think that their life is super easy? No, it's not. They be the motherfuckers starving for connection more than any of us. Because people look at them and they make a judgment of, oh, you either stupid or you easy. Or I just only liked you because I was sexually attracted to you. It had nothing to do with who you are as a person. All in the observations, all in the observations, all in the observations. So like you cannot make your confidence attached to your attractiveness. It doesn't, you can't. You can't. My confidence was always ruined, but it definitely flourished afterwards. And you know what's so funny? During that time that I was getting bullied by all those kids in 7th grade, they was talking about my weight. And let me see if I can show y'all a picture. Can't be now. Let me see if I can show y'all a picture. They used to talk about me bad. Oh, I think I just passed it. They used to talk about me super bad about my weight. When I was younger. But if I show y'all how big I was, y'all gonna be like, they was calling you fat? Yes. I looked at these pictures and I was just like, why the fuck did I listen to them stupid ass kids? But it's all about building it. I was tiny back there. This is middle school, bestie. This is before I lost all that weight. Hold on. Not even all that weight. It was 20 pounds. That's how big I was. That's how big I was when I was in middle school. And they used to bully me for being fat. It's so funny, dude. It's just so funny. Oh my gosh. I know. I was little. And literally I had let those kids. I'm saying, like, I was like in my dome. I'm like, why did I let I was like a buck 90 in that photo. And I let those kids bully me so bad that for my weight, this is before I had confidence in myself. Like before I was like really, really fully confident in myself. That I had lost like 20 pounds. And this is the reason why I know that I don't want to ever be less than 200 pounds again because of how small I was. And I'm gonna show y'all. I'm trying to find the best picture I can that kind of displays how tiny I was. Because I was not, I lost 20 pounds because those kids made me feel like I was the biggest fucking kid on the planet. But I literally went from that to like this. Right. This is me in high school. And the only difference between those two is 20 pounds. That's the difference between those two pictures. Small as hell. This lady had told me, this lady, when I had went to go get new pants because I couldn't fit my pants anymore, she was like, I was like, oh yeah, I'll squeeze into like, I was like a 15, I think, like a 15 when I was like around that size. I was like maybe like a 15, 14. And when I went to the store, went back to the clothing store, the lady was like, she's like, oh yeah, you're like the same size as me, you're 12. I was like, what? I was like, ma'am, no. That's impossible. That's impossible. This is my little ass inside that damn store where she put me in that size 12. I was like, excuse me? I didn't believe her. I was like, excuse me. Who is this? Like, let me show y'all again. Y'all probably missed that. Look at that. Look how tiny my motherfucking legs is. I knew that I'm not, I was like, no, I'm never going to be that size ever again. Mm-mm. Not for me. Too small. Not for me. And like, that's where my confidence became solidified. Because after I lost those 20 pounds, right? After I lost those 20 pounds, because I lost those pounds for those kids, I didn't lose it for me. Literally tiny chicken legs. I lost those 20 pounds and then I lost the weight and I was like, what the fuck did I do this for? Hi! Sahil, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? You been missing a fun little chat. We've been on here almost 2 hours now. Damn. Damn, I'm a certified yapper. Um, but like, yeah, I was super small. And Sahil, I'm gonna show you this. I'm gonna show you this so you don't miss it. It's talking about how big I was in after I lost 20 pounds in middle school. It's how big I was. After kids at school was calling me fat. I mean, Invasion, like, the way that you lose weight, you just got to get up and want to do it. You don't want to do it yet. So, that's cool. That's cool. Do it when the fuck you want to do it. So the fuck what? So the fuck what? So what? Are you happy? Oh, okay then. You gotta have confidence in yourself. And the thing is about having confidence, right? I'm gonna explain. Is that having confidence is basically me, right? I do want to be smaller as well. I want to be toned. I don't want to be like, I don't have a certain weight specifically that I'm looking for. I just want to have a certain shape to my body, right? That is my desired look. Period. Period. Yeah, yesterday I was cooking. I'm just chilling now. But literally right now I do want to be, I want to be a little bit smaller. I do want to have like more shape to me. Period. Come on, 60 pounds. That's what I'm talking about. I want to shape up and everything like that on my body too. But the way that confidence works is if I was to never lose this weight, I would still be happy. Because y'all can't see my full body yet. My best friend saw me, obviously, but y'all haven't. Let me see if I got a full body of myself somewhere around here. I think the last full body that I took, oh yeah, was what's her name? Back in what's her name? Let me go ahead and take that picture, show you a picture. But like, if I never lost weight, if I never lost weight, I would still be happy. If I never lost weight, if I was just me, I would still be happy. Because I love myself too much to not be. This is like, I feel like it's a perfect picture kind of to show y'all. I don't even know if you can see it for real. But this is my size now. Bye, Yana. Y'all leaving? Wait, who's leaving? Who's leaving? Hold on. Oh yeah. Okay. Bye, Invasion. Thanks for being here. But yeah, this is the size that I am now. This is the size I am now. Right? The way I see it, there ain't no difference between the girl. Oh, thank you so much. There's no difference between that girl and the girl from fucking, what is this? Almost 10 years ago now? Same girl. I'm pretty regardless. The way that I see it, I'm gorgeous regardless. And if I never lost this weight, I would still be happy with myself. I would still be content. I would still have joy. That is what true confidence really is. You have to be content with yourself. You have to have joy. You have to be happy with who you are. I do remember you from yesterday, Sahil. I do. I remember you from yesterday. But literally, that is what confidence is. You have to have that and really just walk around with it in your everyday life. If you was to lose weight or gain weight, your confidence level should not shift. They should not change. If it does change, it should change for the better. But you need to understand something. If it does change for the better, it shouldn't come back down. Bye. See you tomorrow. It shouldn't change. It shouldn't shift. It shouldn't move. It should be the same. So, like, being confident in yourself, you just gotta love yourself and be happy with who you are. And so, confidence is the biggest, bestest thing that you can have because when you're confident, you can have whatever. You can be whoever. And the only reason why I'm saying right now is because I don't like men like that. They kind of stress me out. So yeah, I kind of just stick to myself. But like when it comes down to just confidence in general, if you walk around with that, you can have whatever you want, and you'll be a happier person for it. And when I had lost that weight, after I lost that 20 pounds, I was looking around like why did I do this? What the fuck was the point of this? Boys that I did not like or did not want tried to talk to me after I lost the weight. Like, didn't you just bully me last year? Why would I want anything to do with you? Didn't you just make me feel like crap last year? Made me want to be suicidal last year? Why the hell would I want to? What? No. No. And confidence is not only in like your attraction and like how you carry yourself when it comes down to dating. Confidence can also be big on push this back a little bit. confidence can also be big on like how people just treat you in general. So like as I was mentioning earlier, the shift from them girls. Oh, okay, Sahil. Well, whenever you can come back, I'll be happy to have you. I usually like film at night, but sometimes I might film in the daytime. I'll start making posts so you guys would know what I'm thinking about going live. But anywho, um, back in that time, like I said, that light switched with those girls where they literally went from treating me like shit to like kind of just sticking to themselves and leaving me alone and not bothering me. You know, stay and mind their own business. But then it went from that to they started being jealous of me. They started hating me. They started being jealous of me. They started hating me. They couldn't stand me. I was getting all the boys they wanted. I was getting all the boys they wanted. Everybody was cool with me. Teachers couldn't fuck with me. The principal couldn't fuck with me. Because what you gonna do? What you gonna do? Suspend me for keeping it real? Please. Please. You can't stop me from graduating. You can't stop me from being a straight student. So, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? And so, my confidence was so my confidence was so crazy that like my 8th grade year, this is the year after the bullying year, I'm walking around being the baddest that I've always been. Hello. And it got so crazy that these girls knew that I was untouchable. Like not only was I confident, not only was I pretty, not only was I smart. All the boys that you liked me. All the boys that you liked like me. And then you also can't beat me up. You can't beat me up. So what you gonna do? What can you do? But fuss. That's all you could do. That's all they could do. Talk about me with their little friends, snicker behind my back. That's all you can do, little hens. That's all you can do. Can't do nothing else but whisper like the mice in the wall. It's so funny, like how your confidence and your aura can literally just change people's entire treatment of you. And honestly, the attempting of bullying never stops. Y'all need to understand that. Like in those same kids who were bullies in school, they're gonna be bullies when they grow up. Those same kids who were piece of shits in school, those are gonna be the same motherfuckers you're dealing with at work, at the grocery store, at the hospital, at the park. Those are gonna be the same individuals. It's not gonna be no different. The only difference between them and now is that you can't fight at work. So what they're gonna do is they're gonna try to come after you in other ways. Try to stop you from getting promotions. Try to stop you from getting raises. Try to stop you from entering certain rooms, from speaking to certain executives. Getting opportunities. It doesn't stop. If you work in the customer service industry, customers will try to bully you. You cannot walk around like you're prey because people will prey on you. It's human nature. People will do what they know they can get away with. It's human nature. People will do what they know that they can get away with. If you give them some wiggle room, it's human nature. If you give people wiggle room, you give a human a crumb, they're gonna take the whole loaf. They're gonna push the boundaries, push the limits to see what they can get away with. And whatever you allow, they're gonna push to see if they'll allow something else. It doesn't stop. That goes from middle school, elementary school, middle school, high school, into your adult years. When I used to work at Educators Credit Union, it's a bank. When I used to work there, me and my coworker Matt started working here at the exact same time. We started working there at the exact same time. And we would get the same members, the same customers. And the way that they would treat me was not how they would treat him. It was insane. You have to be, and I'm a very big observer, so I know that a lot of people don't peep this, but I'm a huge observer. And also, y'all, if y'all liking the live, liking the story times, please like the video, please like the live so it can be pushed to other members of the society. But I remember like it was the craziest phenomenon to even recognize, like the fact that they would treat him like literally night and day. It was insane. Like I was one of them people where I was never, I guess you could say I was never afraid to lose my job, because to fire me would be very difficult, I would say, because you can't really fire me for being direct, or doing my job. You know what I'm saying? Like not being a pushover. You can't really fire me for that. Like you can try to build a case if you want to, but what you gonna say? I didn't swear at them. I didn't cuss at them. I wasn't rude to them, but I'm very direct, right? And so these members, dude. So they would come in. Like I remember there would be certain members where they would come in, and if you were new, they would try to test you. It was insane. They would try to test you, where they would like come up to your line, right, and they'll have an attitude fresh off the gate, right when you meet them. Yeah, they didn't give me no XYZ and da da da. I would look at them just like this. You're gonna have to repeat all that. I'm sorry. I can't help you. I don't understand that. You're gonna have to repeat it. Oh, well, are you dumb? Yeah. Yeah, actually I am. You're gonna have to repeat all that. I never allowed disrespect. I never allowed yelling. I didn't allow swearing. I didn't allow any of that. You need my help. You need something from me. I get paid rather if you get helped or not. I get a check rather if you get helped or not. Rather if you get what you need or not. I'm gonna get paid regardless. And on top of that too, I used to get people who just be like, I'm gonna stay in here until you help me. Oh, you can stay here as long as you like. But at 5 o'clock, I'll be leaving. At 5 o'clock, I will be leaving. So you're free to feel however you need to feel, but I'm still gonna collect the check and I'm still clocking out at 5. So I have all day to sit here. I get paid to sit here with you. I get paid to be here with you. I get paid to be here with you. You don't get paid to be here with me. So if you want to stay in here for 2 hours, if I only have to deal with you for the next 2 hours, works for me. You stay here, I'm gonna go ahead and be scrolling. I'm gonna be scrolling, searching up nail designs for me to practice while you're standing here. They would never try me again. They would never try me again. But my coworker Matt, he was a sweetheart. Poor thing. He was a sweetheart. So they would literally go out of their way. Yeah, and I see that you sharing our boy. I'm guessing that's our boy on live right now. I guess I'll check in eventually. But like, literally, they would treat him like garbage. They would treat him like garbage. I'm talking about the same people. The same people. That's what blew me. It was the same people. Let's just say I dealt with this person last week. They would come up to me, hey, sweetheart, how you doing? What can I do for you? And I'd be like, what can I do for you? They'd be like, oh, yeah, I can do this. No attitude, not yelling, not being crazy. Yeah, they shut my card off. I would just like to know why. Sure, I got you. Let me check in. Let me look in on that. Give me a second. Because you yelling and swearing at me ain't gonna do shit. You're not gonna get nothing done. Once again, at the end of the day, I get paid to be here. Rather if you get what you want or not. Never act like that with me. If they did, they would try it once and then they would never try it again. Because I'm not that type, right? With Matt, they would go up to him and talk to him any kind of way. I'm talking about just any kind of way. Yeah, fix it. And you weren't supposed to be it would be the same people I just dealt with last week. Are you the same person I just saw last week? They would do him so well because I would have to run over there and be like, hey, I would pull him out and I'd be like, what's going on? Well, no, what's this? You have never spoken to me like that. You have never spoken to me like that. You yelling and swearing at my boy. This my coworker. You can't talk to him like that. You can't talk to any of us like that. But see, the thing is that Matt was not going to fight back. He wasn't going to be direct. He wasn't going to do none of that. He would just sit there and just take it. Once again, what you're not finna do is make me unhappy on earth. What you're not finna do is ruin my one-stop shop, my one chance to live on earth. That's what you're not about to do. Especially when you're at my mercy, when you need my help. No. Insane phenomenon. But those type of people, they do what they think they can get away with. They bully who they think that they can do that to. If you shut it down the moment that it happens, you good. You shut it down the moment that it happens, you good. Fake it till you make it. Even if you don't got confidence, fake it till you make it. Because if you let people take a fucking inch, they're gonna go a yard. They're gonna go a mile. They don't care. You let them bully you, they're going to do it. And you let them do it once, they're gonna keep doing it. They're not gonna stop doing it. It is human nature. Sad, but true. So you have to have confidence in every aspect of your life, not just in romantic relationships, not just at work, in your personal life, at the park, at the hospital. You have to have confidence because people will push over who they think they can get over on. If you allow it this time, they're gonna do it again. Because why would I stop? Why would I stop? If I know if I keep pressing this button, it's gonna give me $1, why would I stop pressing the button to get the $1? Why would I stop? There's no reason for me to. Why would I stop? There's no reason for me to. That's the same thing with people who like to bully people. Because I'm having a bad day, I need something to take it out on. And so instead of being a healthy person and taking a nap or having a drink or praying about it, I'm going to take my anger out on you because I know that you can't fight me back. Hurting you is going to make me feel better. Even though I'm causing you emotional and mental and spiritual damage, I don't care. Hurting you is going to make me feel better. And I know that you're not going to do anything to me and you're going to let me hurt you. So I'm going to keep doing it. People who do that, people who are like that, they're going to keep doing it. So you got to lay down the law immediately. I remember I had one guy, he came in, acting a complete fool. Okay? Let me know if y'all liking the story times. Just put down like a heart or something down in the chat if y'all liking the story times. But like, acting a complete fool. Came inside of my job. His son, I guess, lost a check or something was going on with his check or something was happening, right? They was in a drive-thru originally. We had a new girl, and she didn't know what she was doing, so she messed up the transaction. I think she put a hold, there she goes, she put a hold on his check. Because if you are a student account and you're a new account, all checks for like the first 30 days go on an instant hold, right? So she put it on hold, but we don't hold checks that are like small. The check was like $30. She didn't know that the system, though, automatically puts a hold on those type of checks, right? Or puts a hold on checks for new accounts. So because of that, he came in, he was pissed. He came in and he was mad because, yeah, the girl out there, she messed up the check and blah, 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 blah. And he's going off. And I was just like, oh, I was like, ho. I want to help you, but in order to help you, you're going to have to bring that down by everything. You're going to have to turn it down. Because I'm not going to tolerate you yelling and cussing at me. I'm not going to tolerate it. I'm just not. And he was like, I don't give a damn what you finna tolerate. Oh, you need something from me and you don't care about how you speaking to me? We're gonna sit here. Yeah, we are. We are. He's going off and yeah, I can buy your life. I can buy your job. I can buy. But you're arguing and yelling about $30? That's on your son's check? This was an easy fix, y'all. Easy fix. Has to just go in there and lift the hold. That's it. Would have taken 2 seconds. Because he was acting a fool, it made that interaction go on for like 10 minutes. He was turning up so bad and acting a fool so bad that another member who was in an office with a loan officer doing a loan or whatever, was in a whole office away from the lobby, leaned over because our diehard members who we see all the time and really loved us and stuff, they didn't tolerate disrespect from other members. Point blank, period. They didn't tolerate us being disrespected because they know that we was cool and we was always trying to help them. This member was in there with a loan officer and literally he leaned over the table and he said, "You need me to go handle that?" And he had a pew pew pow pow. And she was like, "No, please, no, do not go out there. We'll see what's going on. They'll handle it. Don't go out there." Because that's how bad he was yelling and cussing at me and all this extra stuff over something that was so simple. All because of how he approached the situation. If he would have just came in, I understand if you were just a little frustrated, that's fine. You're free to be frustrated. I get you being a little angry. But if you come at me when I haven't done anything to you, I'm not tolerating that. I would love to help you, but you're gonna have to fix that attitude first. You're not gonna get what you want and cuss me out. No. So what ended up happening is that my manager ended up pulling me into her office because he was acting a fool. And she made one of my other coworkers help him. And literally after I left, he gonna tell my coworker, tell her that I'm sorry. Tell her that I'm sorry that my son lied to me about the check and all this other stuff. And the funny thing is too is that the dude was telling his sons, because he had 2 sons in there with him. He was telling his sons, "This is how you talk to women, and this is how you get them right, and this is how you make sure that they respect you." This is what he was saying, all that shit, until I went into the office with my manager, and then he made his sons go sit in the car, and then after he did all that turning up, he told my coworker to tell me that he was sorry, that he shouldn't have acted that way. I said he can keep it. You acted a fool in here, and your sons were embarrassed for you. You sitting here trying to call yourself going and dismissing them and sending them to the car while you try to make up for your behavior in here. They were embarrassed. This was his sons. Oh my God. You think hiding that you were actually remorseful and what you did was wrong was going to make them respect you more? They didn't respect you. You were embarrassing them. He embarrassed himself so damn bad. He never showed his face back in that bank. I never saw the man again. Now, note, I was there 5 days a week, 8 hours a day. He never came back in the bank. He would always send his sons in because you acted a fool. And the thing is that I all I was doing was sitting there being like, "I'm not going to tolerate your disrespect. Point blank, period. I'm just not. I don't have to put up with that. I don't get paid to deal with that. I don't get paid to get cussed at, yelled at, none of that. I don't get paid enough for that. So I'm not going to tolerate that type of behavior, especially when I can help you. I can help you with it to get this done quick. But you're acting a fool, and it's not going to work." And I held my own because I knew that I wasn't wrong. And he apologized, and he was so embarrassed he never came his ass back in the bank. You have to understand that people will try to get over on you. People will try to do things to you. So having confidence in your day-to-day life can only save you. Can only save you from a lot of things. Hardship, pain, broken relationships, insecure people, vultures who like to suck out all your energy and love for yourself. You gotta have that confidence. And don't ever let somebody try to tell you that you shouldn't have it. That's why I hate the word humble. I hate when people ask me, "You should be humble." No. No. You being threatened might be being either attractive or smart or innovative or a problem solver or well liked or sociable. or thick or confident. That has nothing to do with me. It never had anything to do with me. It's always had something to do with you and you alone. So no, I won't be humble so you can feel comfortable and feel secure. Because you're gonna be insecure no matter if I'm humble or not. How about instead of worrying about what other people got going on, how about you figure out a way to be like them? Since you're so jealous of what they have. So since you're so insecure in yourself, since you hate yourself so much because you don't have what they do, how about you try to figure out how to mirror them, mirror their behaviors? But yeah. Dang, I've been on here 2 whole hours. Well, my beautiful society members, thank you guys for tuning in. I'm going to go ahead and log out because it's a little bit late. I'm going to be on tomorrow, probably around like noon or something. So make sure y'all check in for that. I'm going to make a little post when I actually say I'm going to go live. But yeah, y'all check back in tomorrow. I love you guys very, very much. I will see you guys later. Whoever these 2 people are left in here because YouTube will not tell me. I have no idea.